Okay, I'll share my screen now. Okay, so can you see my screen, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so guys, till now we have seen only the UI5. Okay, so UI5 related concepts like routing and navigation, formatter, expression bindings, and what I can say, fragments. So apart from all these topics, so anyone has any questions in this you want to ask? Some you guys have faced any issues while implementing all this?
No, but we actually haven't paid, but actually I want some this one. Avik means what normally does. Suppose we do some reports, right? So what we have a selection screen. Okay, then what we enter the selection screen based on that, there is the output. So this kind of a demo, can you explain? If you have. Basically, you know what I'm saying. Suppose I have a two to three select options, and next is two button, to execute and cancel. Okay, so when I will enter the values in the select options and I will execute, and either the table should come or some some report kind of a thing.
Yeah, I didn't get you at all.
No, I'm saying see now normally we develop reports, right?
No,
We
Mahesh,
develop reports.
Mahesh,
Yeah.
is it that you wanted those select options on the Fiori screen?
Yes. I mean, suppose if I'm entering, I have given the app to the user. Okay, so you want to see some he is in the plant. And
Okay, everything you want it with basing on the Fiori screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So means I have given that handle to the end user. So he's just entering the material or plant and clicking the execute. So he able to know what are the stocks available with him. So he can directly place an order. That's the other thing. The placing an order is a different thing, but getting that details I want actually.
Okay. Basically, he wants an ALV screen or a report to be displayed in the Fiori screen.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
even the
table
select options, the selection range, parameters, everything to be also designed on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that kind of screen you wanted, right? So nothing means, let's say now, let's say I'll open the paint so that I can explain you. Okay, so now let's say Mahesh, you want the screen like this, and at the bottom you want one table, right? A report kind of table.
Not in the same screen. Maybe in another view. Means in the first view we may be having the select option or parameters, whatever.
Means user will select all the things, and after that, once you click on execute, so whatever the options you select, based on that the data must be populated, right?
Yes.
Yeah, for that, so we have seen one filter operation, right? A filter kind of thing in the URL. So previously the Sumit which created the service, so only based on the gender the filter operation was getting fired, right?
Okay. Yes.
What you need to do, so based on the service, if the service is eligible and if the service is supported for n number of filter parameters, then what you need to do, so whatever the values the user is selecting, based on that, make sure that all the values whichever the user is selecting, it must be stored inside the model. Okay, now let's say I have the two input fields. Okay, so one is for age, and I can say the next is for gender. Okay, so now let's say I want the employees which are from the gender male and which are from the age, so age must be greater than 30 or somewhat like. So that kind of the filters what we will do, so we will pass, so whatever the values the user is entering, Now let's say in the age, if user is entering the 40 value, and in gender is selecting as a male. Okay, so these values, if you want it, so what you need to do, you need to pass these values on the click of execute button or OK. Okay, so once you click on OK, so once the service, so whichever the service you will call based on the OData model. So now let's say if I want to read the data, so I will definitely use the read get call, right? So I will use the get service. So for the get service, we have n number of filter parameters. So based on that, what I have to do, I will create a two filters. One filter will based on the age, and the second would be based on the gender. But based on both of these condition, we have to add one more condition as a AND, right? So operator we will use in this case as a AND, because I want the employees which will definitely satisfy two conditions at the same time, like age and gender. So that's why I need to add AND operation. So based on that, the filter will be passed for age and gender, and automatically, if the service is already supported with these two filter parameters, then it will definitely send you all the data which is getting satisfied. Okay, this only you want, right, Mahesh?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, but I have an extended doubt on this. But in the screen where you are actually giving this age, for example, if I want to give an age from 30 to 40, a range,
In a range.
the low and the high, then do you have an option like in Fiori where we can actually?
Yes, we have
what
option.
Trying to and we have prerequisite means what do you say? Right? We have some prerequisite or predefined something.
Prerequisite is not. You don't need any prerequisite. Only you need to pass the filter operator.
Yeah, predefined something means predefined like parameter or set options.
Yes, I'll show you. 1 minute. Huh? Okay, so in filter operators, you can see there are n number of filters available, like all, any, and between. Okay, so
just a second, Avik, just a second. If you just don't scroll up in the same screen, you can actually see in the navigation pane a control called select option. Don't scroll in the right side. I'm talking about the left side, and don't scroll. Just at the top, can you just see select option?
This one?
Don't go there. Just down that. Can you see that? No, just after that line.
Smart filter bar, sign.
You have select option.
Okay.
This one is what? Is it just like how we have select options? How we write in ABAP program?
Yeah.
High, low, operator sign. Yes, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So this select options you are seeing, it's completely related to the smart control. So if you want to use the smart control, so that is a different concept. Okay. So for that you need the service which supports the CDS. Okay, we need a CDS service for it, and based on that service only this filter, the smart controls will work. But in this case, what will happen? The entire configuration has to be done from the backend. So in UI, you just need to add the control, so automatically it will adapt all the changes and all the UI changes based on the CDS service.
So what do you mean by the entire configuration?
Entire configuration, now let's say if I'm, so I'll open the samples once. I'll show you the smart table. Okay. So now let's say this is the smart table. Okay, so this table, now you can see that we have some n number of columns here, right? So this column, this standard filter, variant, the search bar, everything, and once I click on the filters also, one pop-up will be open. Entire this thing can be managed from the CDS itself.
Yeah,
you don't have to write the extra logic for making all these values or fields available on the UI. Okay, when I'll show you the source code also. Okay, now you can see we haven't defined any column inside the smart table, right? This is the table we are using, so we are directly binding the entity set name. And once this entity set we bind, you can see one entity set, line item set. So whatever the columns we define, or the way we generate or create the service in the CDS, so based on that, automatically the columns will appear on the screen.
Yeah.
Only we have written this much of code, and in controller also you can see the code is very less, but everything is done from the CDS.
Yeah.
Okay, so we already have one course, the CDS with Fiori elements. So in that case, if you guys really you guys are really interested, so you can check with Rahul once. Okay,
yeah. One more thing, can you go to the manifesto, please, in the program, in the our app?
Okay.
So in the manifesto we have two things. That one is code level and one is editor level. Okay. So what we have done in the means from moving from one view to another view, that can be managed.
Okay. I'll show you. Yeah. Okay. So what I will do. So I'll go into the descriptor editor. Okay. So there are two types of editor which are available for the manifest. Okay. So why I'm preferring the code editor? Because you can directly check and you can directly enter. It's better because otherwise what will happen? Some code mistake will happen, and so you guys will not be able to identify what is the actual error. Okay, so now, but it is also one kind of to use the descriptor editor. It's much more easier. Okay, as if the people are new or beginner, they can definitely use this descriptor editor. Now let's say on the top in the descriptor editor section, you can see there are n number of tabs: the settings, data source, models, routing, and navigation. So in data source, you can see the whichever the data source that you have integrated, right? So this is the data source that we have integrated. Now let's say if you want to add, you have to click on add, this plus icon. Once you click, automatically it will open this new OData service. Again, once you add all this OData service, so it will appear under this section. Okay, and if you want to delete this data source, so just select and click on minus. So what will happen? So this data source will be removed. Okay, and you can check the same path like a URI. So URI, this is the URI of your service, and the local URI, the metadata of XML. So this will come under the local service in metadata. And what type of OData version we are using? It's a 2.0. So same it will happen for the settings also. In settings, for whichever the resources, we will include dependencies, content densities, minimum version of your application. It will follow same for the models also, if you want to add any models here. And for the routing section, we have the separate for adding the routes and targets. Okay, and it same applies for the navigation. But we generally don't use, because in some part it's very hard to manage everything. So it's better to handle from the code editor. Okay, so Han, so you guys are asking about the filter, right? So if I want to select the range, it means if I want to select the two range in between kind of thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, for that, in the model section, you can see one filter operators. And once you select the filter operator, so we have greater than and less than. Okay, so what you can do, you can directly use this less than or less than equal to, or greater than or greater equal to. You can use any one of the two operators. Now let's say if I want to check the age from 20. Okay, just give me a minute, I'll check. Okay, so now let's say if I want to check the age which is greater than 40, so I will add if the age equal to, and in that instead of equal to I'll write greater than. Okay, so instead of EQ operator I will use GE, means greater than, and after that I will pass the value, actual value, that is the 45. Okay, this is the greater than. This is the first filter I will pass, And now the second, what I have to pass, if the age is greater than 40 and if it is less than 50. So again, less than operator I have to use. I will use the less. Sorry, this one, LT. So this operator will come, and I instead of the in front of this less than operator, I have to pass the value, actual value. So how I will create the filter operator? So I'll write the code here.
You don't have between.
You can also
Because
use the between.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I can see not between, so you'll have between, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, we also have the between. It depends on you, the way you want. You can use the between, you can also use the less than, greater than. There are so many operators that are available. Okay. So is this fine?
Can we use this filter in the existing one, in the existing app? Because we have the age, I guess.
No, because that filter operation is that feature is not added for this OData service. Only for the gender the filtration is working as of now. But you guys can try at least.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So any other question? Okay, so fine. So let's start with the today's topic, the Fiori. Okay, I'll open the Word file. Sorry. Okay, so guys, from today onwards, we'll starting only today and tomorrow. So tomorrow is our last day of our session. So only 3 topics are remaining. The most important topics: deployment of custom application on the Fiori Launchpad and the configuration, and also it same applies for the standard app also. Okay, for the standard app activation and extension. And today we will also see the overview of the business application studio. Okay, I'll give you the overview how the same thing applies, that if you want to do the development in business application studio. So we will also see that part in going forward, okay, in the session. Okay, so now let's start with SAP Fiori. So can anyone can tell that so what is the SAP Fiori? Is it exactly similar to the SAP UI5? What can be the main difference?
Front end?
Okay, you're saying SAP Fiori is a front end?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is the it's not a difference, maybe it's just a similarity between SAP Fiori and UI5. Both are the front end only. But now let's say, so generally we do we develop applications in SAP Fiori?
Nice question.
Yeah. Do we develop applications in SAP Fiori?
No, I don't know. I heard that we usually develop in UI5 and we deploy it on the Launchpad.
Right, exactly right. So we generally do the same process. Okay, so any other idea that why SAP introduced SAP Fiori? What was the reason that they have introduced SAP Fiori?
For better look and feel, better look and feel, and
better look and feel is already available on the UI5, right?
Means adapting means I have heard that once you can standard the transactions you can open from the Fiori. So,
okay, but the standard app is also, it's completely developed in UI5.
No, and standard T codes I'm not saying. Transaction codes.
Okay. T codes.
Yeah, T codes.
Okay.
It could be some authorizations which we can actually give in Fiori. Like
Right.
for example, the HR has to view only some type of files, and
Yes,
then
exactly right. Yeah, that's a right answer. Okay.
yeah, because yeah.
Any other answers that you guys want to give?
Could be that it is easy.
Yes. It would be easy if we generally use SAP Fiori.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me tell you. So now what is the SAP Fiori? SAP Fiori is nothing but it's just a new user experience to the existing UI5 applications. Okay. So now let's say before SAP Fiori.
Before you enter, I just heard this. Is it true? Like I heard that on Fiori, even the functional SAP functional also can develop apps. Is it true? They say that it is very easy. That's why Fiori is usually like even the functional guys can do it.
Yes, yes. So now let's say I will answer that question. Now let's say Fiori by default SAP has provided n number of applications, the standard applications. Okay. But as a part of the functional, if the functional want to just make that app available to the end users, so what he need to do? He need to do some kind of the configurations. Okay. First, what he need to do? He need to first check whether that application belongs to which catalog, whether that application is available for our current system or not, whichever the system the client is using, and whether that app fulfills all the requirements or not, the business transactions. So if everything is getting fulfilled, so what the functional person will do, so I'll open one, actually we need to see this concept tomorrow, how we generally activate, so but I can show you. Okay, so we have one SAP Fiori apps reference library. Okay, so I'll open this. I think it will take some time. Let's wait for 2 seconds. Okay, so now you can see the sections on the left hand side. All apps for SAP S4 HANA. So these are all the apps which are differentiated in different categories. Okay, so now let's say the client is requesting the application like the cash flow analyzer. Okay, so this is the application that they generally wanted. So now what SAP function will do, instead of developing the custom application, he will check whether that application, the standard, whether the standard app can fulfill all the requirements of the user or not. If the standard app is getting, if the standard app fulfilling all the requirements of the end user, the client user, so what will happen? So what the SAP functional will do, generally the functional guy will come here, he will check all the flow of the app, and if it is providing all the features, so he will check on which system this app is available. So I can see this app is only available for the S4 HANA system and S4 HANA cloud, but I cannot see this system is available for the ECC or the business suite, right? Because if the client is not using the latest S4 HANA system, so this app cannot be available. He cannot activate this app on his system, right? So the functional guy has to make sure that whichever the application he choose, whether that application is available for that system or not, and whether that app is fulfilling all the requirements or not. Once the app is getting fulfilled, so what he will do, he will access all the sorry, I'll check. Okay, so he will check for all the details, application details, and the business catalogs and the groups, and based on that he will check whether these catalogs and business groups are available in the Fiori Launchpad Designer or not. Okay, so if all this information is available in the Fiori Launchpad Designer, then what he need to do, he just need to activate the OData service and the application, the BSP app. Okay, So once he activates, so automatically the end users can check, or this app would be available for all the end users based on the roles. Okay, so that is how we generally do. That is how the functional guy can, with the help of some configuration, he can activate the standard apps, and that app can made available to all the end users. Okay, so we'll see this concept tomorrow in detail, that how to activate the existing standard app and how to extend it. Okay, is this fine? Hello Gayatri.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now, so you guys already told me that SAP Fiori, so what is SAP Fiori? It is just a new user experience to the existing UI5 apps. Okay, so now let's say before SAP Fiori, what used to happen? So SAP, they have already created n number of apps, but those apps, they used to run on where? On SAP GUI, right? Or in the Web9 Pro applications, the old Web9 Pro applications, right? Or on the SAP SuccessFactors. So there are various platforms on which this apps used to run. Okay, but why they have, and what was the main need to develop this SAP Fiori? Because now let's say, as of in the current world, okay, in the current age, so all the number of business transactions are performed on the mobiles, right? Nowadays nobody is that much using the laptop or the desktops to perform the business applications, to perform the business transaction. They want that all the features to be available on the mobile. Okay, so that was the main need. And what was the second main need? That this same application, it can be adapted to all the devices, all the different screen devices. Now let's say if I am developing one application, okay, so this is our application ZEMT CRUD, and this application, I want that instead of writing the separate code, I want that this application to be available on the mobile, tablet and the desktop. Okay, so it was not possible in the previous case before SAP Fiori. Okay, so that was one main reason. And now what was the next main reason? That was the apps developed previously before the SAP Fiori was having lot of features. Okay, all the features are dumped into the single applications. So what used to happen? So user was getting confused. So for that, SAP has to provide some trainings. Okay, and with the help of training, so it will definitely affect in the training cost. So whichever the end business user that he will use this current application, SAP Fiori application, for him we have to give some training. So by giving the training only, he would be able to understand that what are the main functionalities in this application. So that was one need. Okay, and the applications, the previous applications were not that was not providing the great user experience. So the user experience was also not great. So that was one thing. So based on all these conditions, so that's why the SAP has invented the SAP Fiori. Okay, so what generally the SAP Fiori? SAP Fiori is just nothing but it is just a new user experience. Okay, or you can also call it as, they just give the consumer grade level UX to all the current applications. Okay, the applications that they develop as of now, so all are having the great user experience. And the second thing, they all can be adaptive, means they all can run on different platforms without any code changes. That is on any platform, like on mobile or desktop or the tablet. Okay, the same Fiori app can run on any platform. Okay, so that was the one reason that they have developed this SAP Fiori. Okay, so there are some new user experience strategies and some design guidelines that we will see. Okay, so now, so what happened? What was the main reason before SAP Fiori? That apps were not the apps which are developed before SAP Fiori, that were not used to be responsive. Okay, and the second thing, all the apps which are developed before SAP Fiori, that are not role based. So that was also one concern. Okay, and the apps which were developed was not providing the great user experience. Okay, and are already lacking what I can say, the app is already lacking in the features. The features are there, but it was loaded with a lot of features. So we just want to make that app as a simple as possible. Okay, so that was one main, that was all the reasons that the SAP invented SAP Fiori. So SAP has also come up with a new user experience strategy. So what is new user experience strategy? So generally the apps developed using SAP Fiori or the SAP Fiori apps, that must provide the three user experience strategy. The first is a new. Okay, so any new app developed as of now, so that will follow, or okay, that will follow all the design guidelines. Okay, and that will also be the consumer grade UX, the UX strategies. So going forward, so any new app they will develop in the SAP Fiori, that will follow all the design guidelines. Okay, we'll see the design guidelines in some time. So before that, we'll see the new user experience strategies. So any new business application created by SAP going forward will have the consumer grade UX. Okay, so that's why this is the new user experience strategy they have added as a new. So I'll add application Okay, so this is the first strategy. Second, renew. So what is the renew? Now let's say I have some let's say now I have some applications which are already available in SAP Fiori. Okay, but going forward, what will happen? SAP will keep in they will create a new UIs. Okay, so they will keep updating the SAP Fiori versions also, right? So the existing application, for the existing application, they will also provide this new features. Okay, so this new user experience. Okay, so that's why the renew kind of user experience strategy is also provided for the existing applications. New model. Okay, so now last, enable. So what is enable? So enable means, now let's say if I want to create apps. Okay, so for that, what tools I need now? So this is also one kind of tool, right? The web ID. So web ID or some the theme designers, all these tools are made available for the SAP Fiori apps. Okay, so that apps will make enable, so that all features are enabled to the current applications or all to the new applications. So the customers will be provided with the required tools. Okay, so these are the three user experience strategy that SAP is providing. SAP Fiori is providing. First is a new, second is a renew, and third is the enable. So what about the SAP Fiori design guidelines? Okay, so any app you develop, you developed using the UI5 app, and once it is deployed on SAP Fiori, it must be role based. Okay, so what are the role based apps? Now let's take an example of a manager and employee. Now let's say for the manager, if I want to display the two apps, and in case of employee, I just want to display one app. Okay, so now let's say if the employee want to update the timesheet. Okay, for that we have one app, and the same app can also be used by the manager, because the manager will also try to enter his timesheet, right? So based on that, so what will happen once the employee submit the timesheet? So manager will also do he will also submit that same timesheet, right? Not his timesheet, but his current timesheet, own timesheet. And for the manager, we also have one more app to approve the timesheet. Okay, so in that case, that approval timesheet, now let's say that is one other app, and I don't want that app to be visible to the employees. Okay, all the employees. So what will happen? So I will create a role based on those apps, and I will make sure that based on the roles or based on the employee, I will assign those roles to the employees. Okay, so whichever the app I will develop in the SAP Fiori, so all the apps would be the role based apps. Okay, so without roles, if the roles are not present, so what will happen? All the application would be available for the any employee. So I have to make sure that I should create a role specific to each app, and that role can be assigned easily. So in order to make that app available under his role. Okay, so first thing, it is a role based. What is the second design principle? Adaptive. Adaptive means any app you develop in UI5, that must be responsive. Okay, that must be adapted to any screen sizes. Okay, the screen sizes means we have the different screen sizes for the different devices. Like mobile, we have the different screen size. For the tablet, we have different. For the desktop, we have different. So based on that, whichever the app we will develop, so all that app should adapt to the different screen sizes. Okay. Third, we have simple. So what is the simple design principle? Simple means, now if I'm creating one applications, and in a now let's say it is a single page application. Okay, it's only a single page, and in that application I'm providing lot of features. Okay, but for the new user he's not able to understand what all the features that this current application is providing me. Okay, so in that case, so if the user is getting confused, so what is the use of creating that app, right? So we want to create an app which must be a simple. Simple means it should provide only that information which is required. Okay, not the rest information like which is not required at all. We should make the application a lightweight. We should only provide some simple features. Okay, so that will benefit? It will benefit that we don't have to provide any trainings for the users, for the end users, right? So with the help of the simple approach, a simple design principle, we can avoid such kind of things. So fourth one is coherent. So what is coherent? Means any app you develop in SAP Fiori, so that should definitely provide a similar user experience. Okay, a consistent user experience throughout the SAP Fiori Launchpad. Now in SAP Fiori Launchpad, now let's say in SAP Fiori Launchpad we have more than 100 applications. Okay, so if each and every application is providing a different features, so that is fine, but the look and feel wise, I'll run this app. Okay, so when I run this app, so as a user, if you are a beginner into the SAP Fiori apps, then you can see on the top every time the header would be displayed, right? At the same time, the buttons will also have icons if the button is providing some the transaction process. Okay, and in the same it will also applies for the rest things like the table. So table generally have the columns, so it generally have the rows. So each and every kind of feature or the control is providing in the Fiori apps, that must be consistent throughout all the apps in the Fiori Launchpad. Okay, so that's why the fourth design principle is the coherent, means it should provide the consistent user experience across all the apps. Okay, and the last one is delightful. So what is the delightful? A delightful means any applications. So any application if user is using, so that should definitely give an user a pleasant feelings. Okay, so that user will have an emotional contact with the app. So user don't have to, because whatever the application is providing, it should offer a simple but a timely features. Okay, it should offer a simple and the timely features. Okay, so it should provide some great user experience, so that user will be attached to it. Okay, so this is how this is what we have the user experience strategy and the design principles that SAP is providing. Okay, and apart from that, so what all you can do in SAP Fiori? It is just it is nothing but it is just a configuration and activation of the apps. Okay, and apart from this, what all features the SAP is providing? It is also providing the Fiori Launchpad and the Fiori client. So Fiori Launchpad, it is the service that SAP Fiori is providing, where you can make one minute. Okay, so the SAP Fiori Launchpad providing a feature like App Store. It's like a App Store where you can find out all the apps, and all the apps can be displayed based on the user's role. Okay, now let's say for the user, if only the 2 catalogs are assigned, so only whatever the apps are belonging to those catalogs, only that apps would be displayed in the Launchpad. So that is how the SAP Fiori is providing the feature of SAP Fiori Launchpad. Okay. Okay, so these are features that SAP Fiori is providing. Now let's go back. Okay, so now when it comes to the deployment, so you can deploy the app in the 2 ways. Okay, one is you can deploy this app on the SAP Gateway, and second, you can deploy this app on SAP Cloud Platform. As we are using the SAP trial version, so so that feature is not available to deploy it on the SAP Cloud Platform. Okay, so because that feature is already disabled. Okay, so but I'll show you in going forward. Okay, so now for deploying the SAP application, so we have to make sure that you should always deploy this application on the gateway system. Okay, on the gateway or the front end server, not on the back end server. Okay, so generally the systems are the system landscape can be a hub system, or it can be embedded systems. Okay, so what can be the hub systems? Anyone has any idea about this hub systems? Anyone knows what is the hub system? Okay, so I'll write. Okay, just give me a second, guys. I'll create this code. Okay. So now I'll add the connection. Okay. So now you can see in this diagram. Now let's say so anybody knows what is the hub deployment system or any hub system? What is the hub architecture and what is the embedded? Nobody? Okay, so let me tell you. Okay, so now you can see in the hub system on the top we have generally we have the devices or the client or the browser that will access, okay, all the features or the application, and then we have the SAP web dispatcher. So this is the part where whatever the operation that the business or the client will perform, so that has to be gone through the SAP web dispatcher. Okay, so it is just a entry point where it will check for the check whether he want to provide the access or the response or not to that particular request. Okay, and after that web dispatcher we have this gateway system, or you can also call it as a front end server. Okay, so what this gateway server do? So this is the place where your Fiori Launchpad belongs. Okay, this is the place where SAP Fiori Launchpad is there with all the applications. Okay, and now so all these applications are accessing the data from SAP CRM, or some application might access the data from SAP ERP, or some from the any other system. Okay, so these are all backend systems. Okay, but in the center you can see this. So this is your hub system. It is an entire central hub system. So what will happen once you open this Fiori Launchpad? Okay, so you will see all the apps which are belonging to SAP CRM, SAP ERP, and also the rest other SAP systems. Okay, but it is not the case with the same embedded system. In embedded system, this gateway, okay, so there is no a central gateway server, there is no the central front end server. Every system has its own SAP the gateway server. Okay, okay. So now in case of embedded, what has happened? So whichever the system you are using, so in our case also whichever the system we are going to use, so that is also the embedded system. So we don't have the separate gateway system and the backend system. Okay, it's only the one system in which the backend and the front end systems are already embedded at one place. Okay, but in case of guys, can you please go on mute? Okay. So in case of hub system, what is the case? So we have the separate gateway or the front end server or the system. So that system is accessing all the data from the different backend system. Okay, so you can find out all the apps in one place. But in case of embedded system, only each SAP system, each SAP backend system has its own front end server. Okay, has its own gateway server. Okay, so now let's say if I want to access the SAP ERP app, so I would not be able to access those apps into this Fiori Launchpad. Okay, because this is the embedded system. But if I'm using the hub system, So at one place I can access all the apps from the different systems. Okay. So that is the generic difference between the hub and the embedded systems. Okay, so guys, are you getting it? So guys, are you with me so far?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So now, so in our case, so whichever the system I'm using, it's an embedded system. So I will open that system. So you can see only one system we have, and in that system only I can do the backend logic also. Means I can write the backend logic also, and I can also able to deploy the app on the same system. Okay, we don't have the separate gateway server for it. Okay, so now let's deploy this app on the SAP ABAP repository. Okay, so this is the place where you generally deploy your app. Okay, so once you deploy your app, so that app is available in the transport. Okay, so for deploying the app, what things we need? We need the transport, the TR. We need a workbench TR. Second thing, we need a package. And what we need? We need a semantic object. Okay, so these all things that we need. Okay, so in order to deploy the app on the ABAP repository. Okay, so now, so this is the app we have created in the previous session. So now if I want to deploy this app on the SAP ABAP repository or on the gateway server, so what I have to do, I have to right click on it, and there is an option of deploy. Okay, so once you select this deploy option, there is a first option that it provides, deploy to SAP UI5 ABAP repository. Okay, so once I select this, so it will provide the two options. It will provide the three options. One is the system that you are integrating. So it is giving me only one system because this is the system that I have. This is the only system that I have added inside the destination, right? In the destination folder. So that's why I'm able to see only one system. Okay, so this is the system, and apart from that we have the two options, that is the deploy a new application and update an existing application. Okay, so now for the first time when you are doing the deployment activities, when you're performing the deployment activities, make sure that you select the deploy a new application. Okay, so next time when you deploy it, you have to select, when you next time when you deploy the same application, you have to select update an existing application. Okay, otherwise what will happen, it will create a new app. So it will generally take a new app name, a BSP name, a business server page name, and so it will definitely throw an error that the component, whichever the component that existing application is there, which is available on the Fiori Launchpad, so it's already there, and it will throw you an duplicate ID. Okay, so it will throw you an duplicate component error. So make sure that whenever you are deploying the new application, so you select this option, and but if you are deploying again the same application, so make sure to choose this application, choose this option, update an existing application. Okay, so for us, we are deploying the fresh application, so I'll select the deploy a new application option, and after that, so in the bottom you can see the whichever the system I'm using, it belonging to the system. The system version is 1.56.7. okay, so this is the version that current system is having, which I am having, S20. Okay, and what is the version of our application? It's a 1.44.12. okay, but if my application version is 1.61, so what will happen? So that application will not deploy on the SAP system which is having 1.56. okay, so make sure that on whichever the system you are deploying, so that system, that version, it must matching with the current application that you are deploying, or it must be less than the SAP system version. Okay, if it is greater than the SAP system version, so it will not deploy. Okay, so after that, once I click on next, I have to give the name, and after that description, and then I have to make sure that whichever the package I have created in the SAP GUI, so that package name I have to give it here. Okay, So what is the name? So generally, before giving the name, so make sure that whichever the name that you will give to your application, that always start with a Y or Z character. Okay, because it is a custom application, it is not a standard application, so name will always start from the Z. Okay, and it must be less than 15 characters, because that is the length which is defined in the ABAP repository. That's why. Okay, but by default it's a 15 only. The 15 only, it is the max character it generally takes. Okay, so now what I will give, so as it is the employee app, so I will make sure that the name of the application must be less than 15 characters. So I'll add. Okay, so how many characters it is? Okay, so this is the name which I am giving to this app. After that, so I'll copy this name, I'll create. Okay, so I'll add all the features. So make sure that whenever you deploy any application, so make sure that you create one notepad file and keep all the details, maintain all the details in one notepad file. So that will definitely help you while at the time of configuration. Okay, so this is our BSP name. Okay, so after that I have to give the description as it is the employee only. Okay, and now I have to give the package, right? So for that, first what I will do, I'll create a package. Okay, so I'll create a package in the gateway system. Okay, so if I want to create a package, where I can create package in SCET. Okay, so I'll select the package here and I'll remove. I'll create a package with ZEMP scores EC. Okay, so this is the package which I am creating, and now I'll hit enter. Okay, so I know that so as I'm creating, so the package is not exist, so I'll create a new one. So I'll copy this information. Okay, so this is the package name. So first thing, so before creating the package, okay, let's do one more thing. Okay, so before that we'll create one TR first. Okay, so I'll create a transaction. I'll open the transaction SC01, and in that I'll select the workbench request. Okay, I'll click on the create. Okay, so I'll add the description that it is the employee app detail TR. Okay, so this is the description which I'm giving for the TR workbench TR, and after that I'm clicking on save. Okay, so this is our TR name. So I'll copy the TR name. I'll copy the TR name. Okay, so this is our what? It is our workbench TR. Okay, make sure that your app content will always inside the workbench TR. Okay, so now, okay, I'll click here. Yes, I'll add the description that the employee detail package. Okay, and now I'll click on continue. So I'll provide the package name, the TR name. I'll copy this TR name. Okay, so now I'll create. Okay, so once the package is created, you can see the contents are not available. Okay, so now I'll go back to the web ID. Okay, so I'll click on the browse. Okay, so now it will open the pop-up. In that, we have to provide the package name that you have recently created, right? So this is the package name that we have created. So I'll paste it here and I'll hit enter. So once I enter this package, you can see an option here, ZEmployee_pkg. So I have to select and then I have to click OK. Okay. So once I click on OK, then I have to click on next. So till then, anyone any questions that you want to ask, guys?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So once you are done with all these things, the name, description, and the package, then click on next. Okay. So once you click on the next, then we need to find out the TR that we have recently created, right? So what is the TR number? So TR number is S20K90 ending with 2143. Okay. So I can see the TR 2143. Okay. So this is the TR which I have recently created. So I will select this TR and after that I'll click on next. Okay. So now let's say if the TR is not created. So there is also one more option. Okay. You can check this option, create a new request. If you select this option and you can provide a description, so this description automatically will be appended to the TR. A new TR will be created and this whatever the description you will provide in this section, in this field, so that description will be applied to the description to the TR. Okay. So as of now I have already created the TR in the gateway, so I don't have to select this option. Okay. So I'm selecting the TR which I have created recently and after that I'm clicking on next. Okay, and then click on finish. Once it is done, just open the console in the bottom. You can see the everything, the app is getting deployed. Okay, on ABAP on the gateway server. Okay, so now once your app is successfully deployed, so it should give a message, app index was successfully refreshed and application has been deployed to S20, means the system. Okay, so now the application was deployed successful. Okay, so this is the first step that we have done. So first step, what I have to do? First, create workbench TR and package.
Yeah, I will try this time here. For the creation new UI5 application, so we need to create every time new package.
Yes, every time you have to create a new package. If the package is already been created, now let's say for client, for some client, so the client is already the client already have created a new package. Okay, so in that same package only they are maintaining n number of applications. Okay, so you don't have to, in that case you don't have to create a new package. You can directly use this existing package and you can directly deploy it in it. Okay.
Okay.
But if client is requesting to create a new based on their development guidelines, so you can create a new package.
No, like basically what we do now, we like there is existing package like ZSD, ZMM, ZQM, like that. So
Okay.
if the requirement is coming from SD side, then we are selecting ZSD package and then create a new TR in that existing package.
Right.
So like we don't need to create a new package for that time. So
No,
here
but
also,
in application case, in the deployment case, you have to create a new package. Okay.
okay.
Okay. So first step, we create a workbench tier and package in the gateway system, and next deploy app and select TR. SAP web ID. Okay, so once this is done, so next thing what we have to do, so now our application is deployed, right? So next thing what I have to do, I have to create a customizing TR. Create customizing. Okay, create a customizing TR, and after that also create semantic object. Okay, so we'll create one customizing TR and one semantic object. So I'll open this. Okay, so now we have already done the deployment, right? So again what I will do, okay, I'll go back here, open SC80. Okay, so now, so this is the package we have recently created, right? And the application is already getting it's already deployed on this package, right? So once you see there is one BSP library. Okay, so this is the business server page. Under this section only your app will come. Okay, under that we have BSP applications, and under the BSP application, so whatever the name we have given while deploying, so that is the unique name for your app. Okay, so make sure that you copy that app name. So that's why I copied into the notepad. Okay, so under the BSP app we have the page fragments. Inside the page fragments you can see all the structure, controllers, CSS, fragments, all the folders are already present. Okay, and now inside that we have index.html. Okay, so what I will do, I will right click on this index.html. I'll click on test. Okay, once I click on text, so from that I need to copy the path. Okay, so this is the important path which I have to copy. So we require this path at the time of configuration, at the time of catalog configuration. Okay, so I'll copy the path from the SAP, starting from the /SAP till ZEMP app. Okay, so this is the main path of our app. Okay, I'll copy. I'll write path. Okay, so this is the main path of our app. Okay, so make sure that you want to get the path. So under the pages with the flow logic, there is an index.html. Right click on it and just click on test. Okay, once you click on the test, it will open the browser, and from that you just have to copy this SAP/BC UI5 _ UI5/SAP ZEmployee app. Okay, so once that is done, so now next thing what we need to do, we need to create a semantic object and customizing TR, right? So again I'll go back to SC01 transaction. So I'll click on the create. I'll select the customizing request. I'll click on. Okay, so I'll provide the short description. Okay, so I'll save. Okay, so this is the this is our customizing TR. I'll copy the details from here. I'll copy. So I'll tell you what is the reason that we have created the customizing TR. Okay, so under the workbench I'll add customizing TR. Okay, so now what is remaining? We have to create a semantic object, right? So for creating the semantic object, write /UI2/SCM-OBJ. Okay, and hit enter. So once you hit enter, you can see the n number of objects. So for creating the object, first make it as a editable. Click on OK and then click on new interest. Okay, so why we are creating the semantic object? Because the semantic object, and we have one more action, so it will uniquely identify your app. Okay, this semantic object nothing but it will always appear in the URL when you run your app. Okay, so this semantic object indirectly it is pointing to your application. So every application has its own unique semantic object. Okay, So I'll create a new semantic object. emp underscore app. Okay, so this is the semantic object which I am creating. Make sure that it starts with the Z character, and I'll keep the semantic object and object name similar. So I'll just add description. Okay, so now I'll copy the semantic object and I'll note it down in the notepad. Okay, so now I'll click on the save. So I'll save it in the same TR. I think this is only the TR we have created. So semantic object, it has to be saved in the workbench TR. Okay, 2143. Okay, so now semantic object is saved. So I'll go back. Okay, so this step is also done. Create customizing TR and also create semantic object. Okay, so now next thing what we need to do. Now we need to register the app on the Fiori Launchpad, right? So we have already deployed it. Okay, we have already created some semantic object and customizing DR. Now it's a part of registering. So we will register the app on the Fiori Launchpad. Okay, and once we register, we also need to create a roles for it. Okay, so for registering the app, first what we need to do, we need to create a catalogs. Create catalogs. Okay, first we need to create a catalog. So what is catalog? A catalog is nothing but it is a set of apps. Okay, so it is just a set of apps that if you want to make all that app visible, so if the catalog and the role which is assigned to that user based on that catalog, then only user can able to see the apps, okay, belonging to the catalogs. So catalog is nothing but it is just a set of apps. Okay, and the catalogs can also have some the set of apps belonging to the different groups. Okay, so now for creating the catalogs, what I will do, so I have to open the Fiori Launchpad Designer. Okay, so in order to open the Fiori Launchpad Designer, so in the home I will type /flpd underscore cust. Okay, so this is the T code to open the Fiori Launchpad Designer. Okay, /UI2/flpd underscore cust. Okay, so once I hit enter, so it will open the Launchpad Designer. So I'll copy this launch URL and I'll open it in the Chrome. Okay, so I'll open this. Okay, I have to open it once again. Okay, so I'll log in. Okay, I think there is some issue. I'll keep it open. Okay, so now in the Internet Explorer only you can see. Okay, so based on that, whatever the T code I have entered inside the SAP GUI, so based on that, this URL is open for the Launchpad Designer. So in the Launchpad Designer, so this is the place where you generally create a catalogs and the groups, and you generally create your apps, the tiles, and for tiles also you generally create a target mappings. Okay, so this is the very important configuration that you always need to do if you want to deploy the app on the Fiori Launchpad. Okay, so once you're done with the deployment, so make sure that you create a catalog and group, and you definitely have to configure the tiles for the specific catalogs and groups. Okay, then only those apps would be available in the Fiori Launchpad. Okay, so now what I will do, I am under the catalog section, so I'll click on this plus icon. Okay, so once I click on this plus icon, so in the title I'll give the title to the catalog as it is the employee details catalog. Okay, so this is the description of the catalog, and the ID must be in ID must start with a Z character. Okay, Z emp underscore detail underscore catalog. Okay, so this is the ID. So this ID I definitely need it. So I'll copy and I'll save it in the notepad. Catalog. Okay, so this is the catalog ID. I'll click on save. Okay, so one thing I just missed it. So why we have created the customizing tier, right? So now what I have to do, so I have to click on the setting icons. So generally to capture the catalogs and groups, because why we need to capture these catalogs and groups, because now let's say if I want to move all these changes to the quality system, so in case of quality and production, so I have to make sure that all these catalogs and groups, it has to be captured inside the customizing tier. Okay, for capturing the catalogs and group, we generally do it with the help of customizing tier. And in case of deployment, so if you want to capture all the application details, so that we generally do it inside the workbench tier. Okay, in workbench tier you generally capture the application information, the source code, and the semantic object. And in customizing tier you generally capture the catalogs and groups and also the roles. Okay, so now once I clicked on the setting icon, so I can see one assign transport request. Okay, so I'll click on this. So I'll select that customizing TR number. Okay, so what is the customizing TR number? So TR number which is ending with 2145. Okay, so I think this is the last one, 2145. I'll select this customizing TR and I'll click on OK. Okay, so make sure that before creating the catalog and group, first click on the setting icon and select your particular customizing tier. Okay, so as of now this information is not captured, so I'll check once. So I'll change this catalog name. Okay, so again this catalog would be updated. The customizing TR would be updated with the TR that we have recently created. So I'll write it here, catalog, and I'll save. Okay, so now as of now we have just created the catalog, right? So I'll open the customizing TR. Okay, I'll type SC01 and this is our customizing TR. So we have created recently this one, right? 2145. Sorry, which one we have created? Yeah, 2145. Okay, so this is the customizing TR that we have created. So once you expand under this under this task, you can see one customizing table contents. So you can see one option, WDY conf users. Okay, so make sure that all these options are filled with the catalogs. Okay, so this is the instance ID which is getting updated inside the customizing tier. Okay, so now I have created the catalog. So next thing what I have to do, I have to create a tile for it. Okay, for creating the tile, so under the tile section we have one plus icon. Click on this, add tile. Okay, once you click on it, select the app launcher as a dynamic, as a static. Why static? Because you can see there are some few apps on which the contents are getting dynamically displayed, right? Some numbers, or if you want to display the charts. Okay, so if you want to display the dynamic content which is getting updated based on the business data, so in that case you can generally choose the option as a dynamic. But if you are creating the app which doesn't have any dynamic content which has to be displayed on the top of tile, so in that case you can definitely choose the option as a static. Once I select the option as a static, so let's okay, so once you select, you can see this page. Okay, in this page you generally add a title, So I'll add the title as a employee details app. Okay, you can give any subtitle. So if you want to give any, you can ignore this keyword, it's not required. And if you want to give any icon to your tile, so that can also be done. You just have to select this F4. Once you select, so whichever the icon if you want to add for your tile, so I'll select any one of the icon. Okay, so I'll select this icon. Okay, I'll click on OK. So once that is done, so on the right hand side, make sure that you choose this option, use semantic object navigation, and after that, whichever the semantic object that we have created, so we have to add the semantic object here. Okay, so I'll click on this F4. So what is the semantic object that we have created? So I'll copy the semantic object name from here, from the notepad. Okay, I'll paste it here. Once I do so, I'm able to see the semantic object. I'll select, then it should appear in the tab, in the particular field. Okay, so now the action. So I'll select the action. So every time I have to select the action as a display only. Okay, so now keep the rest as it is and click on save. Okay, don't do anything in parameters and target URL. Click on save. Okay, so once you save, just wait for a few seconds. Okay, so now this tile is created. Okay, so once this tile is created, next thing what you need to do, now you need to you need to attach your application, right? You need to attach your application to this tile. Okay, so now in the target mapping, as of now I don't have any target mapping, so I have to create a new target mapping for this tile. Okay, so for that I have to click on create target mapping. Okay, once I click on this create target mapping, so again we have to select the same semantic object that we have used for creating the tile. So I'll select the same semantic object, I'll select the same action as a display, and then on the right hand side we keep the default option as a SAP UI5 Fiori app in the application type. Give the title as the same employee details application. Okay, and what about this URL? So the URL which we have copied at the time of running, when we have already run the index.html, so we have to copy this path, URL path. I'll copy. Okay, so I'll paste it here. And what about the ID? So ID is nothing but it is the namespace of your app. Okay, so in order to get the namespace, expand this web app, open the controller file. You can open any one of the controller file, that is fine. Okay, so only copy till here. Okay, not the folder names. Otherwise you can open the manifest.json. Okay, copy the ID of your app. Okay, so this is the unique ID of your app. So make sure that any other app, if you are deploying and it's having the same ID like this, so that will not deploy. Okay, it will generally throw you an error because this IDs already exists, right? So again it will not so that will not provide you an deployment option. So I will copy this ID. I'll go back to the designer sections and I'll paste it here. Okay, once I'm done with this, then I have to click on save. Okay, so once I save, you can see the whatever the information that we have added, it's getting updated in this table. Okay, so now what we have done, we have initially first we have created the catalog, and inside the catalog we have created the tile, and for that tile we have also created the target mapping. Okay, so this is the part of the catalog. Okay, so now next thing what we need to do, we need to create a group for it. Okay, I'll create a group. So I'll click on group, and under the group section, so in the bottom we have the plus icon. Okay, click on that. Once you click on that, so you need to create a group. So I'll add employee details group. Okay, and I'll add the ID as ZEMP underscore details underscore group. Okay, so I'll copy this group name and I'll maintain it in the after the catalog. Okay, so now I'll click on save. Okay, so once I saved it, so now so this is the group that we have recently created. So now we need to add whichever the tiles under the group, right? So we need to add a tiles under the group. I'll click on plus icon. Okay, once I click on the plus icon, so in this I'll click on this option and I'll select the catalog that from where we need to add the tile, right? The tile we have recently created. So what is the catalog name? So I'll copy this catalog ID and I'll paste it here. Okay, so this is the catalog ID. This is the catalog that we have created. So under that catalog, which all applications or which all the tiles I have created, so that will appear here. Okay, so as of now only one tile was created, so that's why I'm able to see only one tile, right? The employee details have. So in order to add this tile under the group employee details group, you need to click on this plus icon. Once you clicked, so this tile is added. So now just go back. Once you go back, you can see this tile is getting added under this group. Okay, so now we have done the configuration, the designer configuration of catalogs and group for that tile. Okay, so in order to make sure whether all these changes are updated in the customizing TR or not, I'll go back to the transport manager. Okay, I'll click on refresh. Again I'll expand. So now you can see the 4 instances are added. Okay, 2 for catalog and 2 for groups. Okay, so make sure that all these are updated. Okay, so all informations are stored inside this customizing TR. So next thing, what we need to do, so the catalog and groups. Okay, so last step, what we need to do, we need to create a roles for it, right? Because that roles, once we create a roles, so that roles will be assigned to the users. So create roles in EFCG. Okay, so this is the transaction where we will create a roles. So I'll open. Okay, I'll go back. Okay, so here I'll type EFCG. Okay, so now as of now I have created the new tile. So I'll create a new role. Okay, so if you already have the existing role, so you can directly assign, but I'm creating the new role for it. Okay, so I'll write ZEMP underscore detail underscore role. Okay, so this is the role which I am creating. So I'll maintain that role name inside the notepad file. Okay, so this is the role. Now what I have to do, I have to click on this single role. Okay, so once you enter the role name, click on single role. Okay, after that provide a description for the role. Okay, now click on this menu icon. Okay, I'll click on yes. Okay, so under the menu sections you can see one insert node. Okay, so this is the insert node option. So what I have to do under this menu, so I'll click on this section. So now whichever the catalog and the group we have created, so that catalogs and group we need to add under this role. Okay, so first we will add the catalog. So for adding the catalog, I'll select the option SAP Fiori tile catalog. Okay, once I select, so then I'll provide the catalog ID in this field. Okay, so what all catalog ID? So I'll copy the catalog ID from here. So I'll paste it here and then I'll click on continue. Okay, so once I done, you can see the employee details catalog, it has been added. Okay, so same I have to do it for group. So I'll select the SAP Fiori tile group. I copy the group name and then I'll paste and then I'll click on continue. Okay, so now what I can see, the roles the catalog and group is added to the role. So now I will click on the user. So for which user I have to add this role, right? So that username we can definitely maintain in under the user sections. Okay, under the user panel or the section or the tab, you can maintain the usernames. Okay, and for that users only, this role means this role which is having the catalog and group, those apps would be available on the Fiori Launchpad. Okay, so now in this case we are using the Cyan 46. So I'll select this and I'll hit enter. Okay, so once all the information is filled, I'll click on save. Okay, so now all the configuration is done. So next thing what I have to do, I have to open the Fiori Launchpad, right? So for opening the Fiori Launchpad, go back to the SAP GUI. Okay, type /n/UI2/FLP. That's it. So it will open the Fiori Launchpad in the browser.
Avik,
Yes.
do one thing. Sorry. Do one thing. You can mention that T code is also in Notepad.
Okay. Okay.
For the Fiori Launchpad and that user authorization, what you are doing.
Yes.
Right
Yes.
now.
Yes. I'll maintain.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So now, okay. Good. Okay, so now I think the launchpad is already opened. Okay, so this is the URL. I'll copy this URL. I'll go back to the. Okay, I'll paste it here. Okay, so now I can see the Fiori Launchpad is getting opened. Okay, let's wait for a few minutes, few seconds. Because there are so many apps, so it will take some time to load all those apps. Okay. Okay, so what is the name that we have defined for the group that we have recently created? So group name is employee details group, right? So we need to find out this group name. Okay. Okay, so now I can see all the tiles are getting loaded. So so I have to check for the group that we have recently created. So what is the group name that we have created? What is the group name? Employee details group. Okay, so I will check where is the employee details group. Okay, so this is the group that I'm able to see, employee details group. I'll select. Okay, so once I click on it, it will load. Okay, so this is the tile that I can see on the Fiori Launchpad, right? So this is the tile that we have created under the catalog section. Okay, so I'll try to click on it. I'll see whether the app is getting loaded or not. Okay, so in the URL you can see this is the semantic object name, and after that this is the action that we generally choose, that is the display. Okay, so this semantic object will directly point out to our application. Okay, so that's why we need a semantic object. So semantic object will uniquely identify. It will uniquely identify our app. Okay, let's wait for a few seconds. I think it's still loading for the first time. Okay, now you can see your app is getting loaded. So the app that you have recently created. Okay, so I'll check whether the all is happening or not. I think okay. So I think for the add information we haven't added anything, I guess. Okay. Okay, fine. It's fine. You can also debug the code. So it's the same. So the sections would be SAP/BC under that UI2. So under that you can see one FLP. Okay. Okay, so now I'm able to open the catalog. The dialog box. Okay, so this is how you can generally. It's the same for debugging. Also, you have to do the same steps that you are already doing in the WebID personal edition. So that same you can do if you want to debug the code on the Fiori Launchpad. Okay, and for checking the version in the console, just clear and you can directly type sap/ui.version. Okay, so this is the current version of your Fiori Launchpad, not Fiori Launchpad, the UI5 version. Okay, 1.56.7. Okay, so yeah, sorry guys. So all of you, so you guys understood how to deploy the app on the Fiori Launchpad and how to configure it?
Yeah, this is only for functional side and user side.
No, this not a functional side. You can also means as a Fiori consultant, you have to do these things. No, generally,
Okay.
not all the functionals will do this thing. If you are a Fiori person, if you are a UI5 developer, so you created an app from the scratch, and after that all the things that I have already done, so you are only the person who are going to do this. Okay.
Okay. This. Okay.
Okay. So any questions?
Yeah, so once all this thing done, then just we need to move the TR to quality and production environment.
Right.
Then
Right.
then we will do something in the quality or just moving the transport will do.
Only moving the transport will make this style available on the quality system. Okay.
So one question is there. So this launchpad event is there, na? Means how can I know that this means beginning from the development, quality or production?
Okay. So for quality, for development, and for the production, we have the different URL.
Okay.
Okay.
So the ticket which we have given, so we have to launch from that.
Yes.
But thing is that the user will not have that means the right means suppose that I am a user. Okay. So I directly want to access them. What is the procedure for that? Means
Okay. Now let's say you are a user and you want to test it. You want to test the app in the quality, not in the development. So what as I'm a developer, so what I will do? So I know. So this is the user that who is going to test, or my manager. What he will do? for whichever the URL which is available for the quality system, he will share that URL with that user. Okay, and for that user also I need to add the roles, right? So for that user I have to make sure that the roles has been added, because after once I've added the roles for that users, then only this tile would be available, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Otherwise I have to give him my credentials in order to access.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So from where user will access this application, UI5 application, or like T code?
No, not T code. So if the user want to access the application, so he will directly access through this URL, through the Launchpad URL. Okay, we just need to share this URL with the user, and so based on that, user will enter his username and password once he is logged in with his credentials. So whatever the roles are assigned for that user, so that user will only see those apps, right? Those groups and catalogs and the apps.
Okay.
Okay, so for the user, we always have to share this link, the Launchpad link. Okay, because for every system we have the different URLs. For the quality we have different, for the development different, and for production it's a different URL.
Why different? Because we are transporting the same TR, development to quality.
Yeah, we are transporting the same TR to development the quality, but the quality system is different, right? It's not the same system. That's why.
But in basically in SAP ABAP we are creating a T code, and then we just move this TR to quality. The same T code will move for development to quality, na?
Yes, yes. Same TRs will be moved to quality and system, but only the thing is that for the Fiori Launchpad, if you want to access the Fiori Launchpad of quality, so it's a different URL based on the system.
Okay, so like so we need to configure this all configuration part same in quality server, right?
No, in quality server, in quality server we don't have to configure all the tiles and groups. That is not required, because all that thing and the configuration we have already capturing inside the customizing TR and the workbench TR, right? So both of these TRs are holding all the information. We only do these things in the development. Once we do, and once all the information is captured in the TR, so we just have to move this TR from development to the quality. And once you open the quality system, the quality URL, the Fiori Launchpad URL, you can directly see the app. Okay, so that URL. So now let's say this is the app. So this app will access all the data from the quality, not from the development. Okay, you don't have to do anything. Automatically it will be managed.
Okay, then we just need to copy this TR and provide to user.
Yes.
Testing.
Yes.
Okay.
We just need to provide the URL. That's it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So now in some cases, what happens generally? So if you are making any changes, now let's say this is the actual development system, right? So now let's say if you are doing if you are deleting this group, or if you are adding one more tile, so make sure that all the things are captured inside the group. Inside what? Inside the customizing TR. And again this TR has to be moved from the development to the quality. So then only those changes will get reflected in the quality system. Okay. Is it fine to all of you?
I have a question. So,
okay.
What is the HANA cockpit? The same what is that?
Sorry, what?
HANA cockpit. Suppose we I heard that what are all the Fiori applications are stored in the HANA cockpit, and from there we can access how.
HANA cockpit. You're talking about the cloud?
Yeah.
Okay, for the deployment, I guess the two deployments can be done. One is on the SAP Cloud Platform Cockpit. That's you can also call it as a HANA cockpit. Okay, on the cloud. So there also you can deploy this app. but as of now, as we are using the trial version, so I'm not able to, otherwise I would have shown you.
Okay. So suppose is there a way we can download upload the Fiori applications? Means suppose somebody else has done. Okay, I just want to get that in my system. So is that can be done?
Okay, so now let's say if any user want to download this app, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for that, now let's say from the system I'm already having the application, right? So right click on the workspace and there is an import option. Okay, just click on it and we have the two options. Means we have the three options. One is from the file system, means that you can import it from the local system that you from your machine. Second option is from ABAP UI5 ABAP repository. Okay, from once you select this option, okay, I think I don't have the access. Okay, I don't think. Okay, so generally whenever you configure whenever you connect your systems with the SAP systems, okay, this SAP web ID, so automatically what will happen once you right click on this, we have the import option. Okay, so you just need to select this application from UI5 ABAP repository. Once you select, so one pop-up will be open and in that one would be the search bar. Okay, so in that search bar, so what is the BSP name that we have added to our application? So this is the BSP name, right? So this is the name that we have defined before deploying, right? So we just have to copy this BSP name and just paste it over here and it will automatically show you the app that you have deployed. Select that app and click on OK. So automatically this app would be imported from your SAP system in the workspace. Okay, so that is one case. And next thing for the deployment, maybe I'm not sure. Gayatri, I think you're already having the access of web ID full stack, right?
Avi, is this
Yes.
link accessible from anywhere like cyber cafe or some personal network or
I
any
don't
browser?
think so. No, it's only restricted to the users.
So they have to access like SAP server.
Right, means now let's say if I'm an outsider person, but for if I want to access that URL, so maybe with the help of VPN or so anything that the configuration I have to do, then only I would be able to access.
Okay.
Without that you cannot do it because it is not a generic URL like normal websites, right? It's not
Yes.
like a Facebook and all. It's only restricted to some users within the organization. Because now let's say if I'm taking a client as any client you can take. So if that client is using if the client is using the SAP features, so that SAP features, so for that he has already configured all the things, right? The VPN and all for the security reasons. So in his environment only he would be able to run this URL, otherwise not.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So any other questions? Okay, so now what we have done, we have just deployed the custom application. Okay, so custom Fiori application we have deployed on the SAP Fiori Launchpad. Okay, so now in tomorrow's session we will see how to activate and configure the standard applications. Okay, so in SAP Fiori apps library you can see there are n number of applications. So the total number of apps are 13,263. So so many the standard apps which are already available. So if you want to activate these apps, Okay, you want to make this app available on the Fiori Launchpad. So for that, we will see that thing in the tomorrow session. Okay, how to activate the standard app and how to extend it. Okay, so that part we will see in tomorrow's session.
Okay.
Okay, so now one more important topic left. So I'll teach you that one. Okay, so I haven't given any overview of the Business Application Studio, right? The new tool which SAP has invented for performing the development activities of UI5 apps, right? So for that, so have you guys already created the account? Are you guys having an account on SAP Cloud Platform?
No.
No.
Okay, so now what I will do, so maybe you can follow the steps. Okay, so search for SAP Business Technology Platform, okay, or login. Once you enter, you can access the first link, okay, the account.hanaondemand.com, okay. So this is a BTP Business Technology Platform cockpit. Access this. Once you open with it, so you can see a sign in option. Okay, if you have already created, you can see the sign, you can directly click on this option. Otherwise, we have the two options in the bottom, sign in and register. So for the new user, just click on the register. Okay, so once you click on the register, you can add all the details with you can use your own, sorry, your personal ID, email ID, or you can also use your organization's email ID. Okay, so that will also work. Add all this information, click on this checkbox and click on submit. Okay, once this is done, you will get a mail, whichever the email ID that you have added for the registration. So in that mail, you will get one activation link. Click on the activation. So once this account is activated, so what things you need to do? Directly click on the login. Okay, so I'll add. Okay, I'll open once again. Okay, I'll click on the login. Okay, I'll click on the sign in now. I'll select my account and click on the login. Okay, so once I'm done with the login, so it will log in. Okay, so by default, for me, I have created the sub account. Okay, so for you, it will be a different case. Okay, so what I will do, I'll go in a trial home and I'll delete this sub account. Okay, so I'll show you from the start. So this is the overview which I'm giving, okay, for the cloud related things. Okay, so I'll click on the enter your trial account. So I'll delete that one. So this is the account which I have recently created. Okay, so I'll click on the delete. I think okay, I'll reload it. One second, guys. Okay, first try to create first register your account. Okay, once you register with it, then I'll delete all the subscription first. First register your account on SAP Business Technology Platform. I'll go to the trial home and now I'll delete the account. Okay, it should be deleted. Okay, let's wait for a few seconds. Okay, so meanwhile, what we can do, I'll show you for the existing user if you want to add the roles. So anybody know that if you want to add the roles to the existing users, so where we can do generally, what is the T code? Anybody knows it?
You mean to say with authorization roles?
Authorization, or maybe any role. Now let's say I have recently created the role, right? A new role. Now the same role I have to assign it for the existing users, to the different users. So where we generally do these things in the T code, where in which transaction?
SC01?
Right, SCU or SG? SCU, right?
Yes.
Yes, SU01. I think I lost the connection. 1 minute, 1 second, guys. Okay, so I'll type SU01. Okay, so now I'll enter the username. So for which user you want to add the roles, so you can give his username here. Okay, so I think for me it's IR46. So I'll select this user and I'll click on, sorry, I'll hit enter. What is happening? Okay, now we have one roles section here. Okay, so under this roles tab you can see what you need to do. You have to just go to the bottom. Okay, go to the bottom and you just add the role in this in this thing and just hit enter. Okay, recently whichever the role we have added, so this is the role. I think this is the role that we have created, right? ZEMP role. So same role that it's already available for the same users, but for the different users, just try to edit the users by adding the username and open the roles tab and just assign the roles which we have recently created. So assign that role and click on the save. Okay, so automatically, so this role, as automatically that the particular catalog and group would be available under that user in the Fiori Launchpad. Okay, are you getting it? Oh,
Yeah.
it's not, still not yet. Okay, so now the account is deleted. So now guys, what I will do, okay, I'll click on the new sub account. Otherwise I'll go to the trial home. Okay, I'll log off and I'll again log in.
This account is valid for only 1 month, na? I think.
Yes, it's only valid for 1 month, and after that again you have to log in. So once you log in, you will get a pop-up message that your account has been expired. So you just have to click on extend. Okay, again it would be extended for the 30 days.
Okay, with the same ID.
Yeah, with the same ID. Okay, I'll log in now. Only click on the extend, automatically the things will be done, and again your account will be active. Okay, so now what I will click, so I will create a new sub account. So for you guys it will directly come the new pop-up. I'm not sure what is happening. Okay, so so let's do one thing. Is anybody there that who is creating the account now? Srinivas? Yes.
Yeah, I'm having the account. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, you can share. Okay, just give me a minute. I'll give you the access. Okay. Can you check? Can you check now? Yeah.
Yes.
Please share your screen. Guys, please concentrate on this topic. Okay.
Awake, I am also like facing this extend account.
I think your account was already there.
Yeah, account already there. Can I extend like getting the pop-up?
Yeah, means if you click on the extend, I'm not able to see your screen. Okay, so don't worry guys, for setting account also, so we already have one document, so maybe tomorrow end of the day I'll share all the documents with you. Okay, and make sure that whatever the videos that I have uploaded in the drive, on the drive, make sure to download all the videos. Okay, because after few days it will be deleted. Make sure to download all those videos. Srinivas, are you sharing your screen?
Yeah, already I shared.
I'm not sure because I'm not able to see. What about the rest?
I'm also not able to see.
Yeah, can you reshare?
Yeah, let me share. Now, awake.
Yeah, now I'm able to see. Okay, so now click on the extend account. Okay, so guys, remember after the 30 days your account will get expired. So again you need to follow the same steps. Okay, just click on the extend account, so your account would be extended. Yeah, we couldn't extend your trial account. If the problem persists, contact us, trial support. Okay, can you log off and again try to log in? Maybe try to open this same URL in incognito mode. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Means for some user it was used to happen, but for me it was never happened. Okay. Sign in. Okay. Sign in with your credentials. Okay. Continue to trial home. Okay. Okay. So now, so I think you have already have the account, but you haven't created any sub account, right? Yes. So now, guys, please focus on this part. Okay. So now, as a user, so first time if I'm creating the account, so after that, once I'm logged in with the credentials, so I'm able to see this one. Okay. So this pop-up will appear. So you can select any region like US East or the Europe. So it should be fine. Okay. Now click on the create account. Okay, so once you click on it, so it will open this pop-up, welcome to your personal trial. So it will take some time to complete all this process. It will create your global account, sub account, org, and the space. Okay, let's wait for a few seconds, few minutes. I think it should complete. Okay, global account. If you guys are doing it for the first time, then only this pop-up will appear. Okay, so
Okay,
now
mate,
click on
continue.
continue. Okay, so now click on enter your trial account. Okay, so your trial account for 365 days. So okay, so click on close. Okay, so now you can see your the account is created. Okay, sub account. Now click on that account. Not to sub account. On the bottom you can see the trial, the tile. Yes, entire tile. It's a clickable one.
Can I click?
Yes, yes, you can click. Okay, so once you click on it, so on the left hand side, under the security, expand the security section. Yes, under that click on the trust configuration. Okay, so once you click on that, so you will see one option. Now click on default identity provider. Now on the top I think a bar is coming, right? Just click on allow. Okay, so now in this box uh, enter your email ID. Click on show assignments. Okay, so only the sub account administrator is there. Now click on assign role collection. Okay, so here add the roles like business application studio administrator and developer. Add the two roles, also the administrator. Okay, and now click on assign role collection. Okay, so now these roles are assigned. Now just go back. You can directly click on the trial home on the top. Okay, so now you can open this. Yes, SAP Business Application Studio. Okay, so this is also the tool. So in this we generally the whatever the code we generally write in the web ID, so the same code we can write it here. Okay, nothing difference, only the difference with the look and feel. Okay, now click on OK. Okay, so now click on the create dev space. Okay, maximum 2 dev space you can create. Give the name without space.
Any name?
Any name. Okay, okay. So now in the bottom you can see there are 4 applications. So nowadays you can also create a HANA native application, full stack cloud application. So there are so many things that as of now this is not a stable version. So that's why I've not teached you in this using this tool. Okay, so but now, so for creating the dev space we will only select SAP Fiori. Okay, and on the right hand side you can choose some options if you want to add any additional SAP extensions. Okay, on the right hand side you can see, right, a CDS graphical modeler. You can choose all those options and click on the create dev space. By default, this UI5 adaptation project basic tools all are already added.
Oh.
Okay, now click on, once each and every option is selected, it's an additional one, not required, but if you want some tools to be available you can choose.
Okay. Now click on the create
now
dev space.
yes, create dev space. Okay, so once your dev space is created, so maximum the 2 dev space is created, so you can see on the top right. So there is already the information which they have already given that. So if the dev space that hasn't been running for 30 days will be deleted. Okay, so now automatically you can see the status as a starting, right? So by default you will see the stopped as a status. So you have to start the dev space. So for starting the dev space, there is a button on the right hand side, a stop button you can see, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that button will act in both cases. It will act for the stop and it will also act for the starting the dev space. Okay, so as of now it's a starting, so that's why you're able to see the stop icon. Let's wait for a few minutes. I think once your dev space is started, you can see the status as a running rather than starting. Okay.
Okay.
And after that, you can see the SAP ABAP, the dev space name. It would be highlighted in the blue color.
Okay.
So we have to click on that. Okay. So before that, let's wait for a few minutes. Then it will start. So guys, till then you can also register, okay, on SAP Business Technology platform and try to create the new account. Once your account is created, so try to add the roles for the Business Application Studio for your sub account. And once the roles are added, so open this BS tool in the new tab, okay, and after that create a dev space for it.
Wait, what is this ID?
Sorry, what?
ID.
Where is the ID?
Here.
Okay, that ID. That is the unique ID that generally they provided. It's manually generated, randomly generated from the SAP side, cloud itself. Workspace. It's a workspace ID. So one thing that I want to highlight that so if you want to use this business application studio, your network connection must be good. Okay, if you're using this app tool on the slow network, then definitely you will face lot of challenges. Okay, so you need at least a good internet connection for this. Let's wait. I think it should start now. Okay, so guys, tomorrow is our last session, okay, of the training. Make sure that after the training, okay, send some messages on the group.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, send some feedback. Give some feedback on the group. Can you please click on the reload icon? I think sometimes it gets stuck.
Reload page?
Yes, yes. Click on the reload. Yeah. Let's see when it starts. It should start now. Okay, so meanwhile I will also start my dev space so that I can explain. So still it is starting. In the morning also I already faced this issue. I don't know means, so that's why I don't want to teach you guys on this platform. So this is the case because it's still in the beta state. Not it is not a stable as of now. Sometimes the dev space, the service are getting started, but sometimes not. In previous training sessions also we already faced these issues. It's
I
not.
think Avik, like this is not full version release base studio.
Yes, it is not a full version release. I think for the full version, I think it's for the paid customers. For that, you have to buy the license. Then
Yeah.
only you can use. Otherwise, for the trial, it's just a beta version. Still, there it's under development. But at least if it has worked, then I would have shown you. Okay. Meanwhile, I will also try. Okay. So once. Guys, you also try. If one of you are able to start the dev space, then it's well and good. We can move. Okay, it's running, right?
Running. Yeah.
Now running. Okay, so now you can click on SAP ABAP.
Okay.
Okay, so once you click on it, so it will load your workspace. It will load the ID. Okay. Now let's wait. It will load. Okay, so now you can see on the start page. So every time you open, you will always get this welcome page. Okay, so in the welcome page, if you want to create a new app, so you can definitely click on start from template. Otherwise, if already there is a git URL from which you want to clone the project, so that you can also do with the help of git. And after that, import. So import files to your dev space if you want to import any project. So for that you can use import, and otherwise files and folder if you want to open. Okay, so now click on the start from the template. Can you click on start from template?
Yeah.
Nothing is happening. Yeah, okay, let's wait for a few seconds. It will open the some templates from project from the templates options. You're doing it for the first time, that's why it's taking so much time.
Yeah.
Generally it should open in a fraction of seconds. Okay, so now it's loading. Okay, so now guys, you can see under the project from template, we have some couple of templates that you can choose. Okay, so adaptation project. So this adaptation project you generally choose if you want to extend some applications which are already available on the Fiori Launchpad. So for that you can generally choose the adaptation project. And for SAP Fiori apps, so whatever the apps you will develop from this, you will generally from by using SAP Fiori application option. Okay, and the rest all are you can just ignore. Okay, there are so many options. So now just select the SAP Fiori application and click on start. Okay, so once you click on the start, you can see the application type, right? So you want to create an app which should be a UI5, right? Not a Fiori elements. So for Fiori elements, you definitely need a CDS service, right? So under the drop down, just select SAP UI5 freestyle. Okay, so once you select the freestyle, so from that we have SAP Fiori worklist application, Fiori master detail application, and the UI5 application. Okay, so we'll choose the SAP UI5 application because we want to create it from the scratch, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now click on next. Okay, so now it is asking you the data source and the service selection. So as of now we haven't added any data source, right, on the cloud. So what option you choose? You will choose the option expand and choose the option as none. I will also share my screen so that after this I'll show you how to create a destination. Okay, how to destination on the cloud and how to access the SAP system in the business application studio tool. Now click on next. Okay, so now you can give the view name. It's the same like okay what we generally do in web ID, but here entirely the pages are in XML, so that's why there is no other option. You can directly give the view name or you can keep default as a view one. Just click on next. Okay, so now the model name is nothing but your project name. Okay, So you can give your project name as a test project. Okay, so it should be in small case, okay, not in the capital case. Okay, so now you can give the app title also if you want, as any app title if you want to give. Okay, so here the namespace is optional if you want to give, otherwise fine. Okay, so now what is this add deployment configuration, add FLP configuration? So this add deployment configuration means if you want to deploy this app on the cloud platform. Okay, if you want to deploy this app on the SAP Business Technology platform, you can choose yes, otherwise no. So keep it as a no. And for the FLP also, if you want to deploy it on the Fiori Launchpad, click on finish. Okay, once you're done with it, on the right hand side bottom you can see one installation dependencies. So it will install some files, and it will meanwhile it will also load some dependencies which are required. Okay, so once it is done, now what you need to do, just click on the file. On the top there is a file, right? Yeah, now open, yes. Okay, so now what you need to do, just select your projects. Okay, can you expand that project? Yeah, that one. Okay, so you can see the test project, right? Okay, so after selecting the project, click on open. No, just yeah, okay, fine. Just click on open. Okay, so once you click on open, again it will reload the entire app, entire tool. So that is the case in BS. Okay, so again it will load the welcome page. You can close the welcome page if not required. Okay, close the welcome page. Okay, so now expand the web app. You can just ignore the node underscore modules and VS Code. Okay, so that is not required. Okay, so now you can see the same structure, right, which is already available in the web ID. So inside this only you can perform the operation if you want to do. Okay, you can, if you want to write any code, you can definitely add that code in the view, or either it can be controller, or you can, if you want to add some separate folders, that also can be done. Okay, so now in the view.view.xml, now the content is there, right? So inside the content, add the text label, the text control. Yeah, so there is only one tag they have defined, so you have to define two tags, opening and closing tags for the control. Yeah, one more content, a closing content tag. Okay, just enter. Okay, now close it. Okay, so in middle of that, enter. Okay, so now here, okay, so now what you need to do, add one text control. Give text, type text. Okay, so you can see text, enter. Okay, so now just you can control space. No, not here. Inside the text, inside the first tag. Yes, the first text tag. Yeah, there, control space. Now type text, txt. Okay, enter. Okay, inside that add the text, any text if you want to add. Okay, so now you can see you don't have to save it. It's a auto save one, so automatically the code will be saved. Now what you need to do, you need to run this app, right? For running this app, what you need to do, right click on the test project. So on the top we have the test project, right? Okay, so I think how you can run this app.
Here run button.
check, click on that run button. Morning I tried it, but it was not working. Okay, no. Right click on the index.html. Yeah, right click. Okay, so here also I cannot see. Can you check for the web app whether we have any option on the right click on the web app? Okay, okay. So on the web app, there is one option. There is one option as a preview application. Click on that preview application. On the top third option. Yes, click on that. Okay, now select first option. Okay, so that's why I've told you to select the project rather than test project. Because we cannot see the option. What happened? It automatically it's made that test project as a separate panel. So under that, so that's why I'm not able to get the preview, right? Okay, so now click on open in the bottom. Okay, so once you click, you will see the app in the new window. Okay, it will run in the new window. Let's wait. Okay, see, your app is getting run now. Got it, guys?
Yes.
What about the rest? Ganesh, Mahesh, Pavan, Prem. So are you following all these steps?
Yeah.
Okay, so generally, if you don't want to practice it on the WebID Personal Edition, you can also practice it from the Business Application Studio tool. Okay, so this tool is also accessible for you. Okay, so now let's say this is the code that we have it for. Okay, so what I will do, I'll share my screen. Okay, now. Yeah. So I'll show you how to create a destination here. So Srinivas, can you please stop the screen sharing? Yeah. Okay, so I'll share my screen. So let me know once if you are able to see my screen. Okay. So is my screen visible to all of you?
Yes, Avi.
Okay. So I was also practicing some code. So I have some couple of projects which I have already created long back. Okay. So now what I will do, I will so first for creating the destination. So this is the account which I am already having. Okay. So you can see the destinations. I'll go back. Okay. I'll click on enter your trial account. So this is the account that you can see, right? This one. So once you see this account, you just need to click on this account. Once you enter inside the trial account, on the left hand side, we have one connectivity options. Okay. So just expand the connectivity option and click the destination. Once you select the destination, so for the WebID Personal Edition, we have manually added one file, right? A destination file in the folder, in the destination folder. But in case of cloud, what we generally do, we generally create a new destination. Okay. So as of now, I already have this destination created. So I will edit this existing destination. So I'll click on the edit button. Okay. So once I click on the edit, so for adding the new, you can directly click on a new destination. You can also import the destination if you already have. Okay, so now let's say if some of your colleague already created the destination and you just want to access the existing destination, so you can just import that file, destination file, from this option. Okay, automatically this destination will be included in the cloud platform. So for existing destination, so how you need to do, so you can give any random name to your destination. So make sure that destination name is similar to the system. And after that, keep this type as a HTTP only. Okay. And in description, you can give any description to the destination. And after that, URL. So whichever the the system or the system that you will configure. So make sure that to copy the URL, okay, your system URL. And after that we have the proxy type. Make sure keep the default option as the internet. And inside the authentication, select the basic authentication. If for the SAP system already the authentication is there, so to access you always need to provide you always need to choose the basic authentication option, and after that enter the username and password. Okay, once it is done, on the right hand side, so if you're creating the new destination, you will not see any option here. Okay, so you will only see the additional properties and the new property. So you have to create a new property, then only a new property will be appended here. Okay, and for each property you can see these options. Okay, so I'll delete this. So now first you need to add the option as HTML5 dynamic destination. Okay, so first select this option and add as a true value. Okay, again second add the SAP client, so for which client the system is, so you can add that client ID. Okay, and after that web ID enabled. So what this web ID enabled means, so if you want to access this destination on your web ID or on your business applications tool, so for that you need to add this ID. Okay, so make sure to add this property web ID enabled as a true, and after that also add web ID system. So this web ID system is just a unique name that you generally provide. Okay, you can give any name. Okay, but make sure to add this web ID system as S20, and after that web ID usage. So what web ID will use from this destination? It will generally use the OData from the ABAP. Okay, so generally add these lines. Okay, so once you add these lines, make sure it's case sensitive. So after adding, just click on save. Okay, once you click on save, there is one option as a check connection. Okay, in the check connection, if you are getting as a success, it means your destination is configured properly. Okay, if not, the destination is not configured properly, it will throw in error 302 or 304 kind of error. Okay, so now once you create a destination, so make sure that to wait for 5 minutes, at least wait for 5 minutes. After the 5 minutes, then only this destination would appear in your business applications tool or web ID. Okay, it takes some time to reflect in web ID or BS tool. Okay, are you getting it, guys? Hello? Yeah. Okay, so now what I will do, I'll create a new project. So whatever the code I've already added in the web ID, I'll use the same code. Okay, to read the data. So same code I will add from this EMP code into the UI5. Into this BS tool. So I'll create a new project now. I'll click on File. I'll click on New Project from Template. So I am also opening after so many days, so that's why it will take some time. Let's wait for a few seconds. I think it should open. Okay, so now what I will do, I will select SAP Fiori application template and I'll click on Start. And then I'll select the UI5 freestyle and then I'll select UI5 application and click on Next. Okay, so now this time I have to choose option Connect to System. Okay, I'll choose option Connect to System. Once you choose this option Connect to System, so it will display all the systems that you have configured in the destination section. Okay, under the destination. Okay, so once I expand, I can see the 3 systems. Okay, this is the by default which is coming from the above, and this is the S4A and the S4HANA S20. So this is the 2 systems that I have already configured, S4A and S4HANA S20. Okay, so I'll select S4HANA S20, and after that, the service username I have to give and service password. Okay, so I'll add Okay, I'll give the password. Okay. I think I have to update this account. Let me check. I think I have to reload this again. This will not work because if the username and password is correct, so then it should not ask any username and password. It should work directly. You can ignore some errors, okay? Because as it is still in the development, not so stable version, so there are some few errors which will appear again and again. Okay, I'll select, click on start, and next. Okay, so now I think it is not asking me the username and password because I have updated the username and password here. So now I have to select the services. Okay, so so I will use the same service that we have integrated right in the web ID which Sumit has created. So if I want to get the service name, so I can definitely open this manifest.json and I'll copy this data source. Okay, service name. I'll copy and I will open and I'll paste it here. Okay, so I am able to access the service, right? I'll select. So it will fetch the service from the destination and I'll click on next. Okay, and after that so I can change all the employee page. I'll click on next. Okay, so I'll give the model name as the employee. Okay, I'll give the namespace as com.emp and I'll click on finish. Okay, once I finish, so it should create the project. Okay, so which project we have created? So this one, right? Employee info app, right? This is only the project we have created, right? I am also confused now. I will expand and I'll check. Yeah, this only. Okay. Okay, so now this is the project that I have recently created. So what I will do, I will copy the same code from the SAP web ID. So I'll open the employee information. Okay. Okay, so okay, so I'll copy this table control. Okay, so I'll open UI5 training and inside the content. Okay, so now I have pasted and I'll run this app now. Preview. So I'll select. Okay, I'm getting some error now. Okay. Maybe Srinivas, can you try this? I think I'm getting some error. Maybe okay. Let wait. I'll try to create a configuration object for it then. I'll select and I'll click on here. Click on this play icon. Okay, run configuration, and I'll click on plus create configuration. So which is our recent project? It's a employee info app. So I'll select the latest only, or so I think okay, that's fine. I will select the latest, and I'll okay, create it should create a run configuration object. I think it is not created. Okay, so for running, I'll click here on this play icon. I don't know, guys. There is some issue while running also app. If you want to run the app, let's wait. So whenever you run any app, so what will happen, when localhost server will be created. Okay, so that local host server will be started. So once that server is started, so in the footer section in the bottom, you can see this color will change into the magenta. Okay, so this color will be changes. It is changed from the blue to this color. It means that your localhost server it's running in the background. Okay, so once this localhost server is started for this app, so whatever you make any changes, so automatically you don't have to again run the app. You can directly reload the app if the app is opened in the new tab. Okay, so you just have to reload, so automatically that changes would get reflected in the app. So whatever the changes you make inside the application. I think still it is not running. Let me try to check this. Okay, I don't think it will run. So maybe Srinivas, what you can do, I'll export the destination file. You just need to import it. Okay, I'll export this file.
But as for that, he should have that credentials, right? He should have that SAP login credentials, right? Until unless they have secret client, right?
Sorry, what, Mesh?
I'm saying that he should have the SAP credentials, right? Means he
Yeah,
need to connect.
yes. We need the SAP credentials. Then only we need it can
No,
work.
but he don't have that. He don't have that.
Okay. No, there are some the passwords and credentials which are changed, so that's why. Okay. So what I will do, I'll upload it on the Dropbox and I'll share the link. Srinivas, do one thing, just download the link. Okay, so download this file and try to import the file in this destination folder. Okay, in this destination section. And after that, what we will do, I'll share the code so you can just copy paste, so it should run.
Yeah, fine away.
Okay, just give me a minute. I'll open the Dropbox. So once this file is uploaded, okay, Okay, so now it's uploaded. Uh, okay, so I'll ping you in chat. Okay, try to download this destination file. You can share your screen. Can you share your screen?
Yeah, one second.
So I'll ping you the code also. I'll ping you the code in chat. I think I'm not able to.
Yeah, we got downloaded.
Okay. Okay, so can you open the, yeah, you just need to open SAP BTP cockpit, and again you have to create a new project.
Can I open new?
Okay, enter your trial account. Click on enter your trial account. Okay, just click on OK. It will reload. Okay, click on close and click on that tab. Yes. Okay, so now on the left hand side, yeah, select the destination. Okay, choose the option import destination. Okay, so whatever the file you have downloaded, include that file. Yeah. Okay, so now this destination is done. So password, type in small case, Teams yard. Teams YARD. Okay, now click on save. Okay, now click on check connection. Okay, so it's done. Now close.
But format not.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so now go back to the web ID. Sorry, yeah, that main. Yes. Now try to reload this entire tool. You can close that test project. That window. Okay, so now create the new app. Okay, create a fresh app.
Yeah, sure.
New project from template. Yeah, you can also choose from here. Start from template. See, this time it is loading fast, right? Yeah, now select SAP Fiori, start. Yeah, click on start in the bottom. Okay, so now in the applications type, select the UI5 phrase style, select UI5 app, click next. Okay, so data source, let's wait. Okay, now select the option connect to system. Okay, can you check? Okay, so it's getting available. Okay, select that option. Okay, so now I will ping you the service name. So just give me a minute. I'll ping you. Okay, so I pinged you. Please copy from chat. Okay, select that service name. Okay, now click on next. Okay, now click on next. Okay, you can change the module name. You can give any name as a EMP test. Yeah, now click on finish. Okay, so now it will create a project. Okay, so now once the project is created, where it will come. Okay, so now click on the file. File, open. Where is the file? Can you click on the drop down on the top? Yeah, click on that. Okay, so yeah, click on the projects. Okay, so no, select on the projects only. Click on project on top option. Yeah, now open. So it will open all the projects on the projects. Okay, so meanwhile I've shared one file, XML file. You can just open that file in a Notepad++ if you have.
Yes, I have.
Are you able to download it?
Yeah, I'm downloading.
Okay. Okay, it's fine. You can just copy the code from table to the where the tag is getting ended. Yeah, fine. Okay, copy. And now where is your app? Okay, expand the EMP test web app. Okay, now inside the view, open the main page.view.xml. Okay, I think you need to add one more content tag. Okay, so inside that, add the copied code. Okay, so now, okay, so it's already saved, and now try to run the app with the help of preview application. Right click on EMP test. Yes, EMP test. Yeah, right click preview application. Select first option. Okay, so click on open. Okay, so now it should load the data from backend.
OData service, right?
OData service. Okay, it's right? It's working, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is just an overview that I want to give you guys. Okay, so the code, entire code, the way we write the code, entire everything is same. It's just a new environment, just a way that we run the app and some part of it. Okay, but I think this is much sufficient to at least start with this tool. But generally, in the companies as of now, still the people are using the WebID full stack version, not the business application studio, because it is still under the development phase. So that's why. REST code you can copy if you have already implemented, right? I have already shared one code. So from that, if you want to add the code, so it will work in the same manner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, this is fine, right? Generic overview of PS.
We are magic.
Yes.
I will calculate that universal ID, but still I am not able to log in. It is giving we could not authenticate it. Is there any problem?
Okay. So can you share your screen, Mahesh?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Wait. I'll make you the co-host. So yeah. Can you check now?
Yeah. Are you able to see my screen?
Not yet. Yeah. Now I'm able to see.
See, so I have created this one universal ID. Okay. So then with this ID I have created. So if I am able to log in.
Okay.
So should I do anything else apart from that?
No. Okay. So have you registered? Have you activated your account?
Yeah.
Because you will get one mail from SAP.
Yeah, I got it. I got that.
No. We don't have to create the account from SAP Universal ID.
Then,
We have to create from the BTP cockpit.
So what is it? Honor demand? What is it?
Just type SAP Technology, SAP Business Technology Platform. Business Technology Platform. Platform. Login.
What?
Yeah, it's fine. It should work. Yeah, now click on, just scroll down. Scroll down. Can you type login also in front of after platform? Space, yeah, that one. Okay, now select the first option. First link. Yeah, click on the first link. Okay, so this is the place that where you want to register. Okay, so now click on register. Okay, so now enter all your details and try to submit it, and after that you will receive one activation mail from SAP. Click on activate. Once the account is activated, you can log in with these credentials. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So guys, so any other questions from today's whatever that we covered? So deployment, Fiori, the systems, and we have also seen some. We have also gone through some overview of BS. BS generally it's a new tool, so still SAP is working on it from last 6 months, 6 or 7 months, I can say, and maybe after 2 or 3 years it might be available for actual development purpose. Okay, but meanwhile, still lot of peoples will definitely use SAP Web ID full stack version. Okay, so don't worry on that part. So I'll share some documents with you, maybe today or maybe tomorrow day end. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you very much, guys. So have a good day. Have a nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
नहीं असं कुठे पाहू माझ्या बाप एवढा मोठा